Hello everyone, today I'll be showing you gameplay featuring the Mender, and I am doing a collaboration with none other than Pranjit, so make sure you subscribe to him. Let's get into it. So straight away I start with a retro and I go after this Ravana, and the reason I wanted to show you this clip was because Pranjit and his Mender done absolutely fantastic. So here he is on the right hand side, he rushes in, and when I show you his perspective of this game you will understand. But right now he's rushing in and he's battling on my left, and I am currently fighting another Revenant. So teamwork equals easy work, and teamwork is dream work. Duck, yeah. So what I want to do now is show you it from Pranjit's perspective, and right now he's playing the supportive bot and he knows where I am and he's rushing towards me to heal me up and give me some help. So then in a second you'll see a retro spawn right in front of him, and luckily you can take him out because he doesn't have that much health. And what Pranjit's doing now is taking cover, which is absolutely fantastic because you don't want to be attacked and you don't want to lose health. You want to keep the supportive role intact. So then what we do, we rush towards the beacon, and one thing that you all need to remember is teamwork is dreamwork. And don't forget that. So now on to the second clip. You can see me in my retro, and what I'll do in a couple of minutes is I'll rush towards the other retro. And as you just seen, you need to support your team at all times. And in a second, you'll see Pranjit rush towards me to play that supportive role and give me some help and heal me up. And in a second, you'll see this Revenant just give up, turn around and try to get our beacon, but luckily myself and Pranjit takes him out. And if you haven't, make sure you check out my buddy Pranjit for some amazing content, so shout out to you buddy. At this point in the game we have two Menders, so Pranjit stays on the beacon whilst I go and fight the shell above. And if you see in a second, we do take him out, and what I try to do and what Pranjit does as well is we both get behind cover so he can heal me up and we both have protection. So once I deal with this Scorpion, watch me drop down and Pranjit will be right there to heal me back up and provide that supportive role. And that is key in this clip, is support. So what we are seeing is Pranjit's perspective now of what just happened. So now you can see he's dealing with the Fafnir and the retro, and in a second you'll see my retro going after the other retro on the right hand side, and Pranjit will rush in, he'll be offensive, and he'll also be that supportive bot I need. When there's a 2-on-1 you have a better chance of winning, and that's what you're seeing right now, and help me indeed. So what I'm doing, I'm keeping the pressure on this retro, he turns around and then he tries to go after our beacon. So myself and Pranjit, we push forward and luckily we get the kill whilst keeping the beacon. Mender power baby. Keep an eye on what Pranjit does next because it's very very good. What he does, he has a look around, he knows where the enemies are, and he decides to take cover right in front of him where I'm going to drop down in my retro so he can heal me back up. So he's doing a fantastic job. So in a second we'll see that. And again, he's playing a supportive role. Let's jump over to the next gameplay. What I would like to talk about now is awareness and why you should know your surroundings and your teammates. In a second, you'll see why teamwork equals easy work. So if we wait for Pranjit's clip. So right now you can see Pranjit. He'll notice he has two teammates on his right hand side, and he'll see a shell and you'll see that the enemy has the beacon. So he rushes in to provide that support that the orochi needs, which is also fantastic. So let's wait a second. So now you can see the orochi rushing back, so Pranjit rushes in and he's being very offensive, and he's also providing that supportive role. So now Pranjit captures the beacon and he's healing himself back up along with his teammate, which is fantastic, and they finally get this kill so they can take out the shell. So this was a fantastic supportive role and Pranjit knew his team, so well done Pranjit. Back to the game. So right now you can see myself, and in a few seconds the Scorpion will come back and we'll heal him back up. And what I'm doing, I'm making sure I'm staying in cover, and I'm making sure myself and the Scorpion is protected. And that's why you need to know your surroundings and your teammate. because if you know where they are and you know all the places you can have for cover, then you have a better chance of surviving because you're not out in the open. What I do now, I rush towards this orochi and try to heal him up along with that guy on my right hand side, which you'll see in a second. And then what I do, I take a quick look to my left and I realise my two teammates are taking a lot of damage, so I'll run over there in a few seconds. And obviously this collaboration is brought to you by myself and Pranjit, so if you haven't already, make sure you check out his video and his channel and subscribe for more. His link will be down below. So if you look on our left and there's a quick circle on the screen, I rush in to help out my two teammates and heal them back up, which we get to do, and we take them back up to near enough full health. So what I'm doing now, I'm having a quick look to see where the enemies are, and I realise that they're starting to push us. So what I do, I start running backwards and try to heal back my team, because the more of us and the less of them, we'll have the better advantage. So if you look here, this guy had hardly no health and we took him back up to full health. So this is why the Mender is a great supportive bot and a healing bot. In this one, I want to talk about what Pranjit does along with his hook, because a lot of players, they neglect the beacons, but what he's doing is fantastic. He's taking a look around, knowing his area and knowing where the enemies are, and then capturing that beacon. And if you wait for a second, Pranjit will rush in and get that centre beacon. And again, teamwork is dreamwork. Without teamwork in games, you'll probably lose. That is why it's very vital in every game you play. So make sure you have good teammates and make sure you stick together to win the game. Pranjit here does an amazing job. He keeps his Fenrir alive and orochi, which by doing that ensures that he gets the beacon, which is a great job. And now we are back to the other video, and what I want to talk about here is in a second we'll go back to the same map, but we'll show my perspective on it. So in 3, 2, 1, so now we are back on that map. And I wanted to show you this one from my perspective because we've done a fantastic job, and I'll show you why teamwork is great. What you can see here is I heal up the orochi on my left, but I'm also looking to see where the enemies are. And then on my right hand side, I notice and spot that my teammate is getting low on health. So what I do, I rush towards him and I try to heal him up, which you will see in a second. And now we get to him and we heal him back up, luckily. And if you look on my left hand side, I notice I have two teammates going towards their beacon. So I was thinking about going after those, but if you wait for a couple of seconds, you'll see what I do. So I'm firing in the centre to see if I can do some damage, and then I look to the left again and I think about going after those and play the supportive role. But then on the right hand side, I have two teammates again who are rushing the centre, so I turn around and I go back to support those to try and get the beacon back, which you'll see in a few moments here. And now you can see Pranjit, he's holding that centre down well, and now he's rushing towards us with his Mender, and this is why teamwork is dreamwork. So now you can see the Mender's fighting, and luckily we win this fight, but it's due to our teammates and myself taking him out, which is fantastic. And then you see all three of us now pushing towards the beacon, and we take it back. So this is a fantastic example of teamwork, because if it was myself versus Pranjit, I may have lost in a one-on-one situation, but where it was 3 against 1, we had the better odds. And now you can see we get a centre beacon back, which is fantastic, and Pranjit in his retro rushes us to try and get a centre back, which him on the enemy team, that's what you should be trying to do. You should be fighting for those beacons and trying to turn them from red to blue. So amazing job, Pranjit. Leave from me. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you like, share and subscribe for more, and hopefully you enjoyed this collaboration between myself and Pranjit. Make sure you check him out, the link will be in the description. Thank you very much.